that staying in school can teach us many things. Information is within our reach, and by listening to our professors, we acquire specific knowledge that will be helpful in the future. But what about the practical stuff we were not taught in school? Those kinds of information were not covered in our textbooks. Mainly, if it revolves around the financial aspect of life. The elders were sugarcoating the world by telling the new generation that all they needed to survive was to get a degree, get a job, and earn money. Well, it's definitely not that easy. We've got some hoops and loops to go through to survive in today's society. So, in this video, we will round up the top 10 money rules you didn't learn in school. Number 10. Purchasing your first property. You have heard the well-known proverb, if you want to purchase a home, you have to save up to 20% of the value for the down payment. If you don't, you will be required to pay private mortgage insurance, which might deplete your savings. What you won't learn in school is that, despite the discomfort of increased mortgage payments, there may be a financial benefit to paying more money now rather than delaying saving for the 20% deposit. The real estate appreciation rate has increased significantly over the previous 10 years in the US, yet salary levels have remained constant. Therefore, starting to save 20% of the home's value is unrealistic, because it would only rise sharply over time. The guiding principle here is to proceed only if you're confident in your ability to save the money within at least 5 years. However, if it takes longer, the prices will rise, and you'll be chasing a changing goal. Number 9. Be sure to save. You will learn to save at least 10% of your income in school. But let's be honest, this isn't enough to support oneself in retirement. Well, until you make millions of dollars. A respectable savings rate for most of us with steady employment will be between 25 and 40%. Not that 10% is entirely useless. It could be a terrific starting point for developing your savings muscle. Reduce your spending and pointless costs to save more money. Put your money in a savings account with a higher interest rate rather than purchasing that morning cup of coffee. Number 8. Have a reserve account. You might not have learned about an emergency fund in class. You're fortunate to have us teach you about it though. According to recent data, up to 40% of Americans lack the resources to pay for a $400 emergency. This disturbing figure only highlights how little emphasis people place on having an emergency fund. What if your job was lost tomorrow? Would you have enough cash on hand to pay for everything? The general norm is to have 6 months worth of expenses, but we have advice making it more if you can. Number 7. Know the basics of budgeting. Although it's crucial in life, budgeting isn't covered in the classroom. Sadly, not learning the fundamentals of budgeting in college can put you at a disadvantage when you graduate, especially if you move out. One may experience hardship after hardship if they cannot manage their finances and distinguish between wants and needs. Everybody should understand how to organize a lifestyle paid for by earned income. This includes knowing how to budget for all expenses while ensuring money is left over for basics like groceries and savings. Budgeting is crucial, but let's face it, nobody really likes keeping track of every single dollar that they spend. Instead, you can use a strategy that we call tactical budgeting. Long-term planning and budgeting are required for this. For instance, you may decide what you need each month and then make a budget for the following 6 months that includes your needs, wants, and associated prices. To ensure you don't go over budget, divide the funds from the plan prepared into various accounts. You can then occasionally consult your list to stay on the course. Number 6. Compound interest. The ability of compound interest may be the best kept financial secret. Time is the one thing that all young people have over everyone else. They may not immediately reach their financial objectives, but they have an advantage in investing. All they have to do is take advantage of compound interest's powerful effects. Young people can accumulate significant wealth throughout their lives by saving a tiny amount of money in high interest accounts. Here is a fantastic example to demonstrate the significance of compound interest. The first option would be $3,000, while the second would be a penny that doubles in value every other day. I assume the majority of people would pick the first option. Most likely, you did as well. However, if you do the math, the second option would only be worth $10 million after 30 days. I don't know what will persuade you to start utilizing this fantastic opportunity to increase your fortune if it doesn't. Number 5. Credit secrets. Most young individuals max out their credit cards shortly after receiving their first ones. Then they wind up with a life completely consumed by debt, where they are required to pay off substantial sums of interest, and in some circumstances, this leads to late payments that can negatively impact them. Most individuals are unaware of the significance of credit ratings and upholding a stellar credit history. But if schools had paid more attention to teaching students this life skill, they probably would have known the insider information. You need to realize that your adult financial situation is typically determined by your credit score, which is one of the most crucial aspects of your financial health. A good score makes it much simpler to buy a home, get a car, get a business loan, and it makes it much simpler to accomplish other goals in the future. The significance of credit cannot be disregarded any longer. Everybody must understand how to establish credit and maintain a good score. Here are some suggestions on how to do this. 1. Get a credit card. Although most people believe acquiring a credit card is a mistake, it's crucial for raising your credit score. I have a guy named Kevin who, like some individuals, delayed having a credit card for most of his youth after graduating from college. Currently, it doesn't seem like a significant issue, does it? However, he couldn't obtain any financing when he began looking for a house to buy and a car because his credit statement hadn't yet been established. As soon as you obtain a credit card and use it, financial organizations keep track of all your purchases and interest payments. They'll grade you on your effectiveness and then give you a score. When you apply for a loan, your credit score will decide on the loan amount and interest rate. Number 2, always make on-time payments on your loan. There's no other option, so if you owe money, make sure to pay today. Number 4, insurance guidelines. If you have a financial dependent, you need to get life insurance. This can be your parent, spouse, or child. Term insurance is preferable to a life insurance policy since it provides coverage anytime. To save money, cancel the policy if no one is financially dependent on you. Obtain insurance for your other assets and elements in addition to life insurance. Your car, house, pricey possessions, and health are included in this. Additionally, purchasing umbrella insurance from one insurer will ensure a discount and cover many policies. Before selecting a firm to provide insurance, compare costs and the benefits offered. Number 3, taxes. Since taxes cover a wide range of topics, they are rarely covered in class. To stay on the right side of the law, it's critical to comprehend how it operates. Learn how to compute the tax rate and determine how much money you will have left over before you receive your first salary or complete any business sales. Doing so will better assess whether a job offer will satisfy your financial requirements and decide on the best pricing approach for your goods or services. Fortunately, there are several online calculators available that can handle the grunt work for you. They will display your take-home pay, gross income, tax liability, and the remaining balance in your account. For instance, earning $35,000 a year in Manhattan, New York, you will have about $26,399 after tax deductions. Consider the marginal tax rate that influences your rise as well. For instance, a raise from $35,000 to $41,000 will only net you an additional $345 monthly rather than $500. Make it a practice to do your tax returns. There's a lot of incorrect information and lousy counsel available. Be cautious at all times. Number 2, maintain good health. Without an insurance, a hospital visit for an injury like a cracked knee might cost thousands of dollars. What will happen if you visit the emergency department if you're having trouble paying your monthly health insurance premiums? You may have to take out loans to cover your medical expenses, which will hardship others who had other plans for their money. It does not seem fair, does it? Get a medical cover right now if you don't already have one. Additionally, maintaining good health might help you save a lot of money. This includes choosing the right foods, keeping healthy weight, exercising frequently, and avoiding alcohol and other addictive substances in excess. Protect your health today if you don't want to regret it later. Number 1, college debt isn't always unavoidable. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need student loans to receive a college degree. The latter can be obtained without one. 85% of recent grads lament through their high student debt loads and the significant amount of money they must spend paying it off as soon as they begin working. These loans are not necessarily required to complete your degree. Some colleges, including Davidson College in Charlotte, offer financial aid to students to prevent debt accumulation. Other institutions provide top-notch instruction at a much lower cost than private institutions. You may also enroll in a less expensive institution, work while you study, graduate quickly, or start your education at a community college. But we're not advocating that everyone should aim for a debt-free education. It may be worthwhile in some circumstances. A few $1,000 shouldn't stand in the way of beginning a career that will pay well if you have your sights set on them. Do not, however, make this debt the primary reason that you are a college student. Your career goals can be attained in a variety of other ways. And that's it for today's video. We hope you've learned a lot which may help you achieve your dream of becoming financially stable or even a millionaire. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in our next video.